Well, hello students. The purpose of this video cam is to talk to you a little bit about what we're going to be doing over the semester in a term-long project. A term-long project is something that I truly believe in because it shows the progress or the evolution of how much you've learned over the semester as we are going through the different chapters that I'm going to cover in the Schermerhorn book. So, having said that, I think what I'd like to do is kind of walk you through the three phases of the project. What's kind of really good about it is the final examination is a PowerPoint presentation of what you've done throughout the project. So there's no pressure about sitting down and taking a test for 2.5 hours, trying to memorize 20 chapters in a book. I really don't think you learn best that way. I think you learn best by being able to not just look at one part of your learning experience, but look at it 360, holistically. A lot of these management courses involve teamwork. Teamwork means working together, having the ability to communicate with one another, and not only just learning from me, but learning from each other, learning from all the different things that you can research. There are tons and tons of information out there. And with technology, we can tap into all of these different resources in order to make the whole learning experience realistic, holistic, and satisfying. So at the end, when you do your PowerPoint project for your final, you know that you've accomplished something which you have worked on over 4 months, give or take. So the team project essentially is going to be in 3 parts. The first part is going to be to write a proposal. Now, what's this about? What's the project about? Well, in business, you know that if you want to get any type of business, whether you own your own business or whether an existing business is looking to expand, bring on new clients, go from domestic to global, whatever that business wants to do, it's got to be able to write a proposal for it. So this is what your term project is going to be. It's going to be to choose a company, any company that you want, okay, as a team. And talk about one aspect of that company and research it in an area that really interests you. For example, say you were really interested, okay, in Sodexo. Those are, as you know, that's the people that do our dining services. And they do a great job at it. Well, their corporate structure is humongous. It's really big. It's global. But say you took the human resources part of that company and you wanted to know how it functioned on a global basis. That's what you would be researching in your proposal. So the thing is, I'm going to go over all of this in class, but you may want to choose a company like McDonald's or Apple, or say if your family has a business and you want to research one part of that business. But what as a team most attracts you to learning about a facet of that business that makes that business successful? In your course, we're going to talk a lot about internal and external environments. And a lot of internal and external environments have to do with what are our strengths and weaknesses in the company, and what are our opportunities and threats outside of the company. We call that a SWOT analysis. And we'll be talking about that in class as well. So what I'm asking you to do is after you choose your company as a team, and we'll go through all of this in class, don't worry about it. But these are things that I want, this video, I want you to go back and look at this webcam every now and then to refer to all the things that I'm going to put into it right now. So, what is a proposal like? It isn't really a lot. Once you choose a company that you like and you want to work about, you talk about what you want to research in that company. Well, each member of the team is going to take one part of that company, okay? And one part of whatever department you choose to talk about. And you're going to be able to look at what you want to research about that particular department. So say, for example, you were looking at Sodexo, all right? And you wanted to learn a little bit about their human resources department. Well, each member of the team is going to take a part of human resources. One part might be about their hiring process. Another part might be about their benefits. Another part might be about, when you talk about hiring, firing, discipline, rules, regulations, they're all different parts of the company. Talent management. Now, say you wanted to talk about their marketing. How do they market their products? What are the different types of products that they have? How they do this domestically and on a global basis. So the thing is, when you put your proposal together, you're going to have what they call team commitment sheets, right? And on those team commitment sheets, you're going to talk about what each person is going to do to contribute to your project. That's each person on the team. And it's not a big thing to do. You're just going to talk about your commitment, and you're going to talk about, you're going to talk about HR, and you're going to talk about their benefits program. Are you going to talk about their wellness program? Are you going to talk about their hiring practices? What is it specifically that you're going to address? And that will be your commitment to your team. There are also templates for putting a proposal together that I've given you. And they're on one of the links on Blackboard. You download the template, you put your commitment to that team, and then you write a proposal bringing everybody together of what their particular contribution is going to be. And you write maybe 4 or 5 paragraphs, and that's your proposal. And those have due dates. So the next part of the project is going to have to do with writing a particular section of the paper. So now you have your proposal, you refer back to that, and each member of the team is going to write about 4 or 5 paragraphs on their research and their contribution throughout the semester. That's going to become a separate section of your paper. Your section is going to include your research work, okay? And it's going to talk about how your research is going to fit into another person's research. Putting it all together, it evolves into a really nice paper. So we're going to talk about how to do that as well. But that is going to be known as phase 2, okay, of your project. And that has a due date as well. So as you're learning through your chapters, and as you're evolving during each week, you're going to get a little better about what you're researching and how you're researching that. Phase 3 of the project is going to be the final exam. And that means that each member's contribution is going to be put together with 2 or 3 slides that they're going to get up and they are going to talk about on their final exam day of class. It's a fun class because all the work that you've done throughout the semester is now going to be put up in some slides that you're going to have a chance to explain about. Now, there were those members in the on the team that write better than they verbalize and vice versa. So when I correct all 3 phases of your project, I'm going to be looking at how well you put your thoughts together, how well you articulate yourself when you write, how much contributions that you've put in throughout the semester in fulfilling your commitment to the team and to the class as a whole. Then finally, what we do is we put the project together and we look at all 3 phases and we go, yeah, this is pretty darn good. I really worked hard over the semester in this project. So that is 30 points of your grading, okay? That leaves 70% of the grading to other things. The other 70% is going to be working on 3 case studies, okay? And 3 individual assignments, and the other 10 goes to class participation. Okay? 30 for the project, 60 individual assignments and case studies, and 10 for what you put in. Now, class participation includes on-threaded discussions online, and also what you put into the class. Just because you go to class, it doesn't necessarily mean you participate. So you do get credit for attending class, because obviously if you don't attend, you can't participate, right? But I want it to be a fun class. I'm giving this video to all of my classes, my traditional classes in the day. Whether you be a freshman, whether you be a junior, sophomore, it doesn't really matter. The format is essentially the same. Okay, we do in-class stuff, we do online stuff. But what I want to use class time for, especially with my 50-minute classes, is I want to use that for really working the classroom. Not sitting down, taking tests, and trying to memorize stuff. I want it to be synergistic, interactive, and so forth. Pay a lot of money to go to school. You want to get something out of your experience. So this is kind of an overview of where everything is. And I want you to have a great semester, and I look forward to working with you. Professor Pacheco.